Let's get cracking.
Welcome back, everybody, here to our wonderfully quick and intense games with a little bit of fruitiness added in just for your flavoring. We are here for the D2CL quarterfinal single elimination bracket alliance going up against VirtusPro game number 2. Myself, TobiWan.
And the capitalist. Yeah. I was wondering, I was like,
was he ever going to get to the point?
he's also get to the game.
He's also
Hey guys, I'm here too.
I say everything I need to say now. Before we go to this, which is when I say nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
That's actually not true, because I have opinions. I'm a person.
No.
I don't just belong in the Rosh pit.
The cave in the Rosh pit.
Whoa.
Toby's dwelling.
I'm in there with little baby Roshlings.
10 seconds remaining.
All right, well, this game we got Alliance, who's going to be banning out the Batrider and the Invoker. VirtusPro, meanwhile, they take away... No surprise. They take away some push. They take away the Furion. They take away the Lycan. Don't want to deal with that. VP, they're going to go ahead and grab the Dazzle as well as the Clockwork. Alliance, meanwhile, grab the Ancient Apparition. No surprise there. That guy has just been seen constantly. He just never seems to go away.
Yeah, it's kind of hilarious, though, because he doesn't offer this early game ganking potential in the way of control.
A lot of those supports have really fallen off entirely. I mean, you look at the supports that we pick up. What was last game? We had a Dazzle and Silencer for Alliance. Like, those aren't ganking heroes. We had for VirtusPro, they made it work. The Disruptor, who only comes online at level 3. And what was their other support now? Oh, boy. I lost my name. Either way, it wasn't like an amazing ganking support hero.
Crystal Maiden.
Crystal Maiden. Oh, she's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So, but still, so Alliance, they're going to go ahead and pick up the Nyx Assassin as well. Just strong offlaner in general. So nothing really to be read into these. Just a normal support and normal offlaner so far. But VP going to grab the Lifestealer. I mean, they've got the Clockwork on their team, so why not?
Yeah, just jump straight in if things get a little bit too rough. You've then got a Dazzle to back you up too, so with some good armlet toggling and with some good timing from Dazzle, it'll be very difficult to get these kills then again at the same time. With a hit from Ancient Apparition, you're kind of up a crap creep. So Alliance, they may even consider another, like an Orchid-style hero. Someone that can keep up with the jump. Someone that can escape out as well. I'm thinking 4 stars. I'm actually thinking Storm Spirit more than anything else.
Right.
But Puck would also do the job. Not as great a job, though, because you can still get caught out in the middle of your phase shift and you have like something like a Storm ulti, which is kind of always there. But still a very slippery kind of sucker and a very difficult hero to win a lane against.
Yeah, and Puck is really, really good because you know exactly what's going to be coming up. Lifestealer Storm Spirit combo probably coming out from VirtusPro. Puck is good versus both of those heroes if you are able to pick up your fast blinker. Now later on, Storm Spirit is actually really, really good versus Puck. Once you have that Orchid going into the mid game to late game, Storm Spirit reigns a little bit more supreme, but Puck is going to bring you the early game to shut down both of those heroes. So picks up a fast blink dagger, should be no problem whatsoever, and also denies away one of those potential Nyx bomb heroes that maybe VP, maybe they wanted the Puck and not the Storm Spirit. So at the very least, they also keep that out of their hands as well. So VirtusPro, though, they did ban away the Ember Spirit as well as the Doom. We saw Alliance banning away the Disruptor as well as the Naga Siren. Interested about the Naga Siren.
I'm more interested in the Silencer now. Especially with the Dazzle. This has all the potential makings of the aggro try from VirtusPro. It's very Team Empire-ish. Like, it's so much more Team Empire than it really is even VP. But all teams in CIS and Europe is quite happy to leech on each other's strats in this one. But this will then mean the Clockwork can run the bottom lane. But this also means Alliance have a lot more openings with their lanes. If they can match it up right, they'll have to scout out the early try lane, if it is in fact going to be that, so they need to know exactly where this Dazzle and Silencer will be moving. But they could try and run Nyx up against the Clockwork point-blank range, which is where my mind is thinking. Slip in a secondary support hero here, or would you feel like you need something more than a Nyx Assassin offlaner?
I would not want to run against Ancient Apparition and an aggressive try lane. I would much rather... We saw the way that Silencer was able to kick Nyx Assassin out of lane last time, so... I think you've got two really good harassing supports here that could keep Nyx Assassin out of lane against you. Just go ahead and run this defensive tri-lane. Since you do know it's an Ancient Apparition, you have no idea what the other two supports are, but just Ancient Apparition by himself, Clockwork should have no issues with because you got no disables to interrupt you. So, you know, right now I'm perfectly fine with just a regular old defensive tri-lane and an off-lane Clockwork for me. I would just be too scared of what Alliance could run with that Ancient Apparition. Whoa! Yeah, we're going to see it. We're going to see the Axe.
The man that needs no mustache. It is the Axe coming in, and this is a wonderful, wonderful hero.
You know, he needs no stash because look at those sideburns.
I
My
know,
God.
man.
I never realized this, but that's his sideburns coming out.
Yeah.
5 seconds
right.
remaining.
Technically, too, it's not actually attached to his cheekbones. They hold natural
Reserve
position.
So wait, that's just his hair that comes around on the side, or?
Oh, it actually means like a sideburn, but it
Oh, I gotcha.
yeah. See. I actually have to do a physical explanation for Cap right now, in case people were like, how he all of a sudden managed to get me. Yeah, but with an Axe pickup now, there's no safety, because that culling blade, it goes through basically everything, including the shallow grave. It won't protect you anymore. So this lifeline that VP maybe thought they had on a Lifestealer or a Clockwork can now just turn into a world of pain for them.
Remaining.
Not to mention Axe still very versatile in the lanes, be it mid.
VirtusPro's turn to pick.
If we want to go back to the older days where Papa used to run this guy in a jungle. And Beastmaster found a pickup from NS, so they're looking for a level of control over on the Axe. The downside is, with an Axe, if things get a little bit rough, he just goes into jungle, like has a 4 stack, and then just spin, comes out with a blink dagger with no mana cost, and then he can jump in on the Beastmaster then.
Yeah, this is something that I was a little bit surprised they did not pick up the Storm Spirit as their 4th pickup on VirtusPro, because I figured that's what they wanted, but they fully intended to go Beastmaster this whole entire time. Beastmaster does pretty good versus a Puck, and will be able to do well in lane and then turn that into a Blink Dagger where you have 2 different Nyx bombed heroes with the Clockwork as well as the Beastmaster, and the control offered to you by a Silencer after that leap in, just like we saw last game with the Bat Rider and the Silencer combo, is going to be really, really effective, especially since looking at Alliance. This is why they value the Silencer so much. There is no reaction. There's no real fast reaction here, and there's no natural BKB coming out from Alliance.
So basically the only way for Alliance to win a fight is either they get the better initiation with the Silencer being in lockdown, possibly also the Clockwork, or they have the ability to wait it out, which means they need a lot more tank ability to survive this, or they have something more like a Weaver, but it's
another
very...
hero that's shut down by Beastmaster, by Silencer. I mean...
See, look at this RK on the Axe.
Yeah. It's an Axe. It's so you're gonna be jungling, and this also means you have the potential for VirtusPro to run an aggressive tri-lane if they want to up against the Ancient Apparition and X. But now that we have a Weaver, that's just too slippery. Weaver Ancient Apparition combo is really, really deadly. First of all, but then on top of that, is that you don't have a really good kill potential because you have no lockdown. Right, with the Silencer Dazzle, you have no really good stun to be able to lead. So this should still be defensive tri-lane coming out now that we see the Weaver. Defensive tri-lane for VirtusPro. Clockwork in the off lane going up against a Weaver. It's not bad. It's not great, but Cog should be able to protect you for the most part. You just have to worry, again, about that Geminate attack coming out from Weaver with the Chilling Touch. Really, really dangerous stuff. But as I say that, Alliance, they're just going to get in some warding up. Some aggressive warding early on.
I'm wondering if they do want to chase that one around. Look at RK standing his ground. Arside's going to move up, and RK doesn't want to be part of this one. But look at his double stout shield. Double stout shield instead of tangos.
Yep. This is the full-time jungle build. However, now that they see that, I mean, they already knew the Axe was going to be jungling. However, now that they see that, they're going to be able to get their wards up. They're countering everything that Ake was supposed to be able to have available to
look
them.
what he does then. Like, okay, so if that's going to happen, push the Nyx north and put RK inside the VP jungle.
Right. But then you still
wait, no, Illidan!
Oh, God.
Chilling Touch! Oh, it hurts! It hurts so bad! Shikuchi straight through him with the 4 heroes with the Chilling Touch. They pounded on Illidan the second he came up. And not only that, they give the first blood over to Loader. So the Weaver is now off to a good start. Everyone gets 50 points of experience as well to celebrate the victory. And then on top of this, they get a haste room for Admiral Bulldog. So he's actually going to arrive up on the top lane in time for the creep wave as well. Oh, things couldn't have gotten any worse there for VP. And look at Jottam. He's holding back because RK is still standing on the high ground here.
Yeah, this is really rough. I mean, because Ake, you know, I knew he was going to be going into the enemy jungle. That's great, but it means they have to run this dual lane up against the tri lane, which is a little bit dangerous here. But again, the Weaver Ancient Apparition combo is so
he
strong.
baited it so perfectly. They need a slowdown, though. The chilling touch isn't enough.
Yeah, not without Battle Hunger. They pretty much have nothing to be able to get in those auto attacks. So,
yeah.
Jottam's still going to be able to get in now that he sees Heroes in lane. It's still going to be a tri lane versus a dual lane with an Axe, but Axe is really, really good. Because you have no kill potential, it means VirtusPro can't really abuse the fact that this dual lane. Oh, wow.
Open wounds. Loader's going to try and beat down top of Illidan right now with a chilling touch. He starts going over towards Jottam. The slow will be on EGM, but Jottam taking a lot of damage as well here. With the Shikuchi up, he's going to backtrack himself over. Obviously, I'm not talking about the ability of Loader. I'm talking about Jottam just moving backwards over his own pathing. So they do lose the Ancient Apparition. This is the downside about this Ancient Apparition on the offlane. But EGM goes back into jungle. So he starts farming up, and we'll soon add pressure onto God in the middle lane.
Yeah, this is going to be the advantage. I was going to say, as long as EGM doesn't get caught out on the Ancient Apparition, they have no kill potential versus the Axe or the Weaver, right? Ake can just farm up, and he's going to be really, really dangerous rotating between these lanes as soon as he has that high level of Battle Hunger. Unfortunately, though, NS, that Glaives of Wisdom is such good harassment.
Yeah,
and
so
it's level
cheap
1.
As well.
Yeah, last word. You know, the reason Silencers sometimes run as support here, he has the highest damage dealing nuke at level 1. 150 damage is insane.
With all that control and all that damage.
Oh, but Puck is already low. Look at him. He just picks up the invis, and he may not be the greatest ganking hero in the world, but when you've already got S4 really, really low here, and he's a hero who depends on his spells.
He's got no mana for Orb, and the courier!
Dire's courier.
They can at least get the bottle transferred over, and S4's going to try and turn a fight here. The Orb will connect. Now, he doesn't jaunt down. S4 has enough damage. Now, if the bottle was on that courier, I'd say it wasn't worth the trade, but they just gave S4 a kill in the middle lane, which means this could tip the balance of power right here. Obviously, there's no ball to run back and forth anymore.
It's okay, because the gold, pretty much the gold that S4 picked up is not going to be utilized for anything, because he doesn't have a courier to be able to bring him items. So that means no boots, no early treads, or anything like that, or even bottle crowing, which is really essential. Meaning, rune control right now, really important for VirtusPro. It could really shut down that Puck.
Loader with his chilling touch.
Oh
Holy hell! That's a lot of damage on Jottam.
That's the power of Geminate attack with Chilling Touch, man. You're pretty much instantly doing like 200 damage. It's crazy.
When you see a Dazzler go from full life to half life almost instantly. Look, he shallow graved himself.
I guess he was so scared.
This is a Dazzler with no heal. Because he saw Loader go inside of Shikuchi, but he ran back up the river as opposed to ganking on the bottom.
My gratitude.
But EGM also gives the same level of respect over to a hero like NS. Like when he moves in from the side, and now sentry wards are up. But Loader just runs himself back. Same with EGM. Okay. Sometimes you forget how big that range is.
Yeah.
But I'm still looking at the CS board, and I'm still looking at RK with 15 last hits. And he's going to TP back down towards the bottom lane. He's got 2 points up in the Battle Hunger right now.
Yeah, this is the really dangerous part. When Axe has that level 2 Battle Hunger, that's when he gets really, really scary, actually. So I think it was smart. Ake moving in, jungling up a little bit, picking up that level 3, and now he's going to start putting pressure on this tri-lane as well as the middle lane as well.
Well, the problem for him is that he just bumped into EGM, so they didn't get the right positioning over on Jottam. It was an attempted initiation on the support hero, but the timing just wasn't right. In the meantime, too, we probably should have been looking towards middle lane, but then again, not before he used his Raw. He just got a solo kill over on S4.
Yeah, just purely with wild axes, apparently. He has no boar. He has nothing. That was just an axes kill. That was just, I'm guessing, S4 being careless and missing phase shift.
Could have.
Assumed he had enough to live, something like that. Oh,
maybe just like top lane with us, start throwing hook very randomly over. Admiral Bulldog was moving rather sporadically on this top. But all these lanes are rather close for now. Like, as far as CS goes, you're not really going to separate them by much. In fact, the teams are only separated by 150 gold. And that's with 2 kills apiece in the first blood, and then 500 experience VB's way.
Look at this aggression at bottom, though.
Yeah.
They're using this ultimate right away.
There's the jump down. Dream Call's actually caught out too, but NS as well as Illidan. Illidan's lucky enough. He's got rage. Unfortunately for NS, he did not, so he's already popped, but with Sergey coming to bottom lane, he does still have his Roar available. He's going to have to use it on Loader if he wants to get this kill, but he's also looking at S4. Illidan, he's now got the Shallow Grave behind him. S4's got to get this timing right. Remember, he's still got Chilling Touch, and with the orb, damage goes through the creep wave as well as through Jotum. He's low on life, and that's why Loader is still shikuching himself around here. And God, oh, he's going to actually go in for the Roar, but he's used it over on a support axe, which means now S4 orbing back in again, follows up with the damage. 1 rift, 1 attack, Loader shikuchis through in range of God. The axe is flying back in again. There's no more bonus damage coming the way of Alliance.
Attack.
But out of that engagement, they managed to just nudge themselves ahead by 2 kills.
Yeah, Alliance played that so much better than VirtusPro. I mean, S4 there did like 1,000, 1,200 damage total just in that team fight with multiple orbs hitting multiple people and good silences as well, like locking down the Lifestealer when he could. Like really, really good play there from S4. So making up for a bit of a blunder in that middle lane, and is now very, very far ahead because now able to pick up his treads 6 minutes in. Bottle Crow again, and this Treads is going to be able to give him a lot more control over his lane and also a lot more damage when he goes for those ganks. The Treads is actually really, really strong on Puck if you want to be able to take the chance at delaying your Blink Dagger.
Man, I have to ask a rhetorical question. Like, do you remember that time when the Lions were on bottom lane and they're fighting and they're having a lot of fun? You remember who didn't have any fun? It was Admiral Bulldog, because he wasn't there.
You mean every single game of Alliance? Yeah, Bulldog just farming away. He's like picked up his level 7, so he's got a lot of power now, especially with his arcane boots. This is like
Look at him switch. Look at him switch. Like
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
got his power.
He's ready
so
to move.
They move him out. And Arsat, well, he's moved up towards top lane, so they've got Hookshot as well as Raw. They're trying to focus in on Loader. The funny thing is, though, with the middle lane missing, it's going to be very obvious. The Hookshot's off to the side. They've used the dust as well. And the TB support came very quickly then from Admiral Bulldog. He had very little to no delay just then.
That was on God. They had to initiate with the hook shot and have Roar be the follow-up there.
Smile, be careful.
That's how you really lengthen that amount of time before Shikuchi goes out or anything out. You had to have the hook shot going first. That way you can start getting that battery assault damage in sooner.
Well, at least VP will try and find some kind of trade, and that's damage on the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. Still got the base defensive tri-lane that was there for VP. Still there. And they're going to try and attack onto this tier 1. So at least they'll bring it down about half of its life points. There's still fortification also available for Lions. But it's just, okay, the new creep waves coming in, they keep their catapult alive. They have to use the fortification. There's no other choice here. And the TP was already used by the Nyx Assassin, so RK has to come bottom lane to hold the defensive line. He'll maybe, if he can push this out far enough, he can pick up his Tranquil Boots at the side shop.
Bulldog picks up the regen and then pops Vendetta instead of the other way around, but he's still going to try and use this, get aggressive, and find a pickoff, and may just find it on the clockwork,
He was
though.
spotted. The observer was watching
spotted.
bottom rune.
Yeah.
So
both bottom and middle back up a little bit. Lifestealer knows he's fine because if he gets hit by the Vendetta, he's just going to instantly rage. And without the Vendetta strike, there's just no way you have the damage to kill a Lifestealer.
yeah, and in fact, you can actually lose the Nyx Assassin because of it. He just turns into rage, then open wounds, and Admiral Bulldog can't run then. And the Spire Carapace won't save him because obviously...
Oh, God, top.
They
Got him. Well done by God with the Hawk that he used there. Finding the vision of Loda. Seeing him at a half health and knowing that his combo was going to be enough to be able to kill him. So, good job. And now they're going for the dive, too.
Oh, why not? This time we'll see if Smart can manage to connect into that hook shot, but there's hero support coming in. EGM backs himself into the tree line, and now with the Dream Coil, God wants to TP himself away from this one, and so does Smile. And
he still got the kill. The creeps were focusing on Ancient Apparition, and he took so much damage from those wild axes that the creeps by themselves were enough. Like, there was no way for Ancient Apparition to be able to get that aggro away from him, so...
Yeah. If only he had something like a tango, he might have been able to cut his way back out to freedom because there is a small path out of there which you could have done it. But
well, the axes cut
did
away.
Yeah.
He just didn't immediately. EGM just didn't immediately start running away when the axes hit him. in order to stop the creeps from getting as many auto attacks. So Weaver though, Loda still picking up a minus. I'm okay with this.
Normally I'd be a little bit more.
Oh, middle.
Okay.
S4. He's gonna go down.
Oh, phase shift? Nah, not enough. This time the hook shot hit and we missed it. See the tail end of it at least. Yeah, but this time around, yeah, I'm with you on this. It's fine for Loda, because Loda's still got some catch-up work to do. Like, Admiral Bulldog was the man who had the good start for Alliance.
Right.
Loda is the guy that had to basically sack himself on levels. So he needs to make sure he can reach that level 16 quickly, and then it'll help him with his transition through the Lincoln Sphere into something more. In fact, actually, would you try and go at Lincoln Sphere in this game? Or would you just say screw it? And because I know you still got the 2 BKB counters, which is the Clockwork and the Beastmaster, but would you try and battle it? S4? Okay, he came in way too close then, searching for some kind of denial, but now he's silenced, he can't phase shift away! He already used the orb, and the axe is flying in from the side! Lifestealer gets the last paw swipe in. That's basically his full armlet as well now. This is disastrous for Alliance, really. They're getting picked off in all the wrong places. VP, they're getting a huge advantage, now even pushing that advantage into the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane.
Yeah, Alliance just gave away everything that they won at that bottom tier 1 fight. Now Ake's gonna go down as well. I'm not sure what he's thinking here.
I really think he
No support.
I really think he thought the Roar was down. Actually, even if the Roar wasn't down, Illidan with Face Boots could have just hot-footed it in close enough to get an open wounds. And it's a level 2 open wounds too now, so the range would have been close enough to reach it. And Illidan, okay, we're going full greed. Hand of Midas has arrived for... I shouldn't have said Midas Gaming in the last game. But he's managed to pick that one up. With Beastmaster, with a Blink Dagger, 11 minutes and a half-ish to 12 minutes. We now have a Blink Dagger into a Roar. That Roar obviously won't be up for another 45 seconds, but the options for VP are just through the roof as far as ganking. And I haven't seen this Nyx Assassin, the man who got all the extra levels early on and experience. I haven't seen Admiral Bulldog have any kind of impact in this game yet. Nothing compared to something like a Clockwork who does this again. Hook shots himself in. The axes are flowing out. The battery itself is doing most of the work. Now the A-ult is going to come in, and it really connects hard there on Smile. Admiral Bulldog, 57 life points. He'll survive through this. I suppose that's when the levels really do come and pay their dividends a little bit more.
But you are right. But you are right. He has not been able to make his movement around the map worth anything. His early levels are not paying out, and it's why we saw like middle Nyx Assassin fall off. Is because when you prioritize a Nyx Assassin, it's very, very easy to counter his movement. He depends so heavily on that Vendetta that if you just have some pretty good game sense and decent vision around the map, 20 seconds is not enough. EGM. Yep. That's so rough. With the Blink Dagger, Beastmaster, and the Nyx Bomb, that is a ton of damage they can output.
You don't even need... Like, that was getting a kill off on a support hero quite easily. With the Raw, it would be an easier kill on one of these carries, especially someone like Loda. That's why I wasn't quite so sure about going straight in for something like a Lincoln Sphere, because he needs to have the stats for it first. Like
yeah.
It's almost like he needs to go Ring of Aquila and Drums in this early stage, just so he can survive that Blink, Raw, Infest, Pop-Out initiation.
Yeah, he basically, what it comes down to is that Alliance, I really didn't like their last pick. Weaver's strong, and they did kind of need some hard hero that was really, really hard to kill, but they picked a Weaver into a potential Nyx Bomb, whether it was going to be Storm Spirit or Beastmaster, whatever it was, you knew it was going to be single target lockdown, which is fine, right? You have Lincolns. There was already a Silencer on the board, though, which is going to be the other problem. If Weaver goes for Lincolns, which he should, he's going to be able to block the Beastmaster stun, but not the Silencer ultimate.
Jump him. Easy on Admiral Bulldog. He was sitting underneath the Hawk, and the Global Silence was used as well. But RK is running himself over, and Lode's going to see if he can capitalize on this fight. But there's more TP support coming in, so in comes Jotum, as well as the Silencer. They're dragging everybody up to this top lane. This has to be a commitment towards the tier 1 tower then. For these many heroes, either they're waiting for Alliance to drag their entire team up here, try and get a counter initiation, or they're here for the tier 1 tower. But Illidan's still on bottom lane. That tier 2 tower is gone, and they're still pushing.
They were concerned about the bugs. When Loda was trying to be aggressive like that, they knew there was a possibility.
God! Wonderful jump up. And with the weave already going out, God's going to get really, really tanky as he fights up here. RK's in nice and close. He's searching for the perfect easy kill. The Shallow Grave, remember, it won't save anybody right now. You still got that Culling Blade available for RK. Need a little bit more damage, then boom! drops the axe, but unfortunately for Arca, he's locked in range of this tier 1 tower inside the cogs of Arslan. Not to mention Arslan had that DD rune as well. So it ends up being a 2-2 trade. S4's locked in the corner. Phase just at the last effect. He's trying to stay alive so he can finish up his Blink Dagger, but loaded to TP bottom lane because he had Illidan starting to attack onto the tier 3 tower. He removed 200 life points for that thing.
Yeah, this is not good at all. VirtusPro are looking very, very strong. They're picking up so much farm right now on Illidan. He's got his drums phase already, and after that, the Hand of Midas, like, he's only going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. We have the Blink Dagger online for the Beastmaster, as well as Clockwork has a good amount of farm, so he can go for a Blade Mail if he wants. He can go for a Blade Mail. This is early enough farm for him that a Blade Mail will actually be pretty damn effective, and that's exactly what he gets.
And with a gem now over on Beastmaster, we're going to go blind on the map. I say we, Alliance. Obviously, I'm not speaking on behalf of them. Alliance is going to go blind on the map.
Yeah.
With the Beastmaster, Boar, and Hog, no cliff will be left unturned. No area on this map will Alliance have vision. Nyx is going to have to go blind in his ganking. And this is Admiral Bulldog that hasn't hit level 2 yet. Level 2 in his Vendetta yet. Like, they find a bug over on the side, and the entire team moving in towards the middle lane was just revealed. They throw a sentry ward down at the back, which is slightly ironic, considering they're Beastmaster now. But Nyx is considering going in our side. He's in the corner. Global silence, but now he can't do anything. Weaver, he is dead. No time lapse possibility. They picked up Puck deeper inside the lane. The ALD is falling in nicely over here on God, and they should be able to pick up this kill with a Vendetta hit, which means the gems on the deck stolen with a 3-man stun. Admiral Bulldog just had to run himself away from this one. And with that battle hunger over on Jottam, you know Arcade would love to run in. But it ends up being a 2-for-1 trade with the 2 cores from Alliance going down. But Blink Dagger was purchased and gem was stolen. So I'm still not wanting to call that an even trade, but VP do come out on top only by a small amount.
By a very, very small margin. I mean, that gem was supposed to be VirtusPro controlling the whole entire map as well as the Weaver. Now, the gem is up on Bulldog, thanks to that really good play that he had. He's going to be able to counter some of the vision. VirtusPro won't have as many pickoffs, and as soon as the Lincolns is up, there's more possibility that Loda can survive through this basic amount of burst that's coming the way of VirtusPro. He still has to worry, though, about the Silencer ultimate.
Illidan's at least, Loda's at least got one upside. Like, Silencer ultimate is basically his only major concern, because Illidan is now going in for an SMY. He's going race car build. So with race car build, we're not seeing batches, we're not seeing Abyssal Blades, we're not seeing a secondary form of lockdown over on Loda, which means he's got more room to move. And while Arcade's got some good initiation power, which he's going to have to use right now, goes on Jottam, holds him back, so there's no way to actually keep Jottam alive right now. A little bit deeper up, though, is when we saw where we saw the blink in to also that infest out. Illidan's in the corner. Have they got enough damage? Illidan, yeah, they do. It managed to pick up 2 for the price of 0. EGM is low on life. That's why the rocket's coming up here. Smile was able to get the pick off.
You want to know the reason they did not kill the Weaver?
What was the reason?
Gem. No gem. He Shukuchi'd immediately, and they didn't have any vision of him, so they ended up wasting their whole entire Nyx Bomb combo as well as axes for nothing because Shukuchi was already off, and because of that, VirtusPro did not get the pick off they needed.
Now we say the mid lane fight was worth it for Alliance.
Exactly.
But this tough fight, looks like VP still want to try and fight a Clockwork, though misses the hook. With the weave start off and then the hook follow up, it really would have been possible to get a good fight. But they won't get it this time around, and Loda just keeps Shukuchiing down. There's fun to be had in middle lane. This is, I really thought we would be having at least a 4 game, because I know I called before we started this that we should be looking at a 3-1 result tonight. And with this game, I thought this was it for VP. They had such a good advantage. They were behind at the start, but they managed to drag back about 3,000 in the experience. There's a jump up towards top lane. Wonderful play by S4. Actually, phase shifts out, so then he can get the silence off. The axe will fly as well as the silence. S4, I don't think he's got enough life points to buy this. Not with that last glaive. He's so damn low. But he will be able to live through all of this. And Loda, time-lapsing Admiral Bulldog, a 3-man stun at S4! He goes back in again! He'll die right now, but he got the big coil off! The A ulti as well! It's a triple kill for Arcade! He swings! He dishes it out! Clockwork hooks in Arcade! He's got no mana left! He's got 3 stick charges available! It'll be a double kill for Arsat! wrapping up almost all of them. Loader is still on this top lane, but they've got the sentry ward down. Open wounds Loader, walks into the tree line. He evades him in a corner. Chikuchi back up again,
he
but
got
the
him.
clockwork. He got the hot cogs off. Wait, no, he reached the Lifestealer? He reached the
Lifestealer died to the
Lifestealer!
tower.
And Loader's
Died
back
to
in
the tower.
Invis! He's away into safety. 55 life points, 3 one charges available. I don't think he's going to go back in for a round 2. Or 3 or 4 or 5.
VirtusPro, I just like, I was the one who was like, nope, 3-0 Alliance, easy. And game 1, I saw the possibilities of VirtusPro. I saw it. And then game 2 now, I'm seeing the possibilities, but every single time VirtusPro, they just kind of, they make one bad maneuver and it throws it away. And then it goes downhill for there.
But you could see him though. They didn't think S4 would go back in again. When S4 jumps in on that, and then they've got an axe in the middle of the fight, just causing absolute havoc. And I'm saying more havoc than a huge silence orb coil. Like, what are you really supposed to do against that? I know we saw the wonderful, spectacular move from Bone 7 the other night. If you haven't seen it, we can put it on a highlight clip over on youtube.com/join Dota. Like, his cool initiation. But when you have a follow-up like that, that's when you really start to see the hurt train come in.
You dunk on 3 different heroes with that Culling Blade. Yeah, team fight's going well. But at the same time, VirtusPro did have a decent turnaround. As long as the Lifestealer didn't die, diving into that tier 1 tower, they would have been looking beautiful.
It's coming again. The air ulti's flying out towards top lane. S4's already positioned himself for a Blinken, and you know he wants to go in. 2 on the coil, 1 on the rift, 2 on the orb, and then Admiral Bulldog in for another 3-man stun. And RK, he just swings. He's just spinning like a top. God's in the corner. He's going to cut a path to freedom. It's the great escape for Sergey, running away through the north, but S4, he shuts him down. Jotum TPs himself away in a corner in that horrible, horrible crevice to path your way in there to get vision. The Beastmaster and Sansa on the sidelines. Loader wants to fight again. They got it. Wait, I'm hearing Infest. This is Ansart. He's looking for a pickoff. He's got maybe a potential right now. There's your jump out, but S4's coming back in the fight. A quick AE ulti. It's over on Illidan. S4 doesn't really have enough control here, but they can pick off Smile now. He's in a little bit too deep. They're trying to get rid of the Hawk. The Gemini attack. Loader can't get rid of it because he missed uphill. But he's trying to catch up a little bit deeper. Can't do it. NS is returning towards the fight. And then again, so is Jotum. Weaves up right now. So Illidan high armor. RK, he's just getting stripped away from him. Spinning, but dead. Walking up a hill. So at least VP is able to get some revenge kills off right now. And S4 is really in no man's land.
The balls on this VirtusPro team. Like, there was 2 heroes up and all 5 for Alliance. And they go, no. We can totally get this. We can totally find the pickoff. And they were. I mean, Alliance were spread out, so it was perfect for them. But still, the balls to try and make that move without all of your allies up and already rotating in was very, very brave play from them. But they still managed to make it work. Illidan picks up a little bit more, now has that S and Y, but it's very, very obvious. This kind of strategy is so dependent on your single target ganks that Alliance are completely countering it with their 5-man team fight. Every single time, they have Lotus sitting out somewhere, and the rest of Alliance are all 4-manning behind him, just waiting for the inevitable gank to come in.
Man, this is... It's such good play by both teams. I love this. I love this kind of play. Admiral Bulldog, he might just find a very greedy Smile. The regeneration... What? No! I don't think he saw him. Now you'll see him because he's walking. Smile is walking underneath an observer wall. The pings have finally come out. Admiral Bulldog had a possibility to use that regeneration rune as bait on the Clockwork.
Yeah, you didn't have an Ice Blast. I mean, right now, Smile is really, really farmed. He's got almost a full Aghanims. He's pretty tanky. Nyx Assassin by himself can't kill him, and we didn't have Ice Blast up for Ancient Apparition at the time. It was still like a 15-second cooldown. So I don't think, I mean, they could have tried to bait it out and maybe made a kill out of it, but I don't think they just had the follow-up to Bulldog.
Yeah.
That being
I think you're right.
That being said, I know this is like an old joke, but if there's anybody still out there that thinks that Bulldog is like a 3-hero player, like, no. Have you seen this guy's Nyx Assassin? He's hit so many multiple man impales. It's crazy.
I think I've seen 2 3s and 1 4.
Yeah.
So far in this game. And there's probably been more, but there's the first ones. There's the first big ones that come to mind. Every time he did it, it was a big playmaker stun. Like, S4 has been helping to set it up, but he is always right on the tail. Ready to hit him hard. He's going to have to do it right now. Illidan, though, already inside the rage, and they just let him go, but a hook shot! In for two! Smile hit it perfectly on the head. Spy Carap's trying to buy in the space. The stun as well. Smile, he's low on life, still in range of the tower, but the Shallow Grave will make sure he stays alive. Smile! From completely downtown. Box Alliance on the tier 2 tower.
God, that was such a good play because that was like their whole entire combo used for Puck, right? They couldn't respond because of the Silencer ultimate. You saw Bulldog just kind of sitting there going, I have to blink away. Sorry, buddy. But because of that play, they just got the wipe that they needed in order to go uphill, and maybe they do have a chance to take this game.
Man, how are your buybacks looking? Not great for Alliance right now. As far as their buybacks go, they've only got one Nyx Assassin. He's about to respawn. No fortification. There's a blink over on an axe if he wants to. So Loda sets up with a bug, and there's your axe. Blinks in for the call. AA ulti also hitting very quickly. Spin. Not enough to actually ensure these kills. The Shallow Grave and the Dream Call. 3. This time Arrow Bulldog will screw up the stun. But they pick up 3 on the way out. Jot him for a TP. Smile missed his hook shot out to safety. Now, they did bring down the melee racks right now, but Admiral Bulldog with blink off cooldown jumps in. Oh, he pulled a second time! Just after we praise you! But EGM picks up the double kill at the end of the day. 4 heroes lost for VirtusPro for the price of an axe and a melee racks. Still worthwhile. So worthwhile for VP, but they'll lose their tier 1 and possibly their tier 2 tower in mid for it. So it's a big injection of money also coming back the way of Alliance. And they needed that. There was 7.5k gold behind, man.
This is why axe support is sometimes really good because it's like an RP that's not an ultimate. That jump in from Ake, grabbing 3 heroes like that with the Berserker's Call into the Ice Blast, you pretty much ensured. Like, just that by itself guarantees your team fight. Like, I don't care if VirtusPro were pretty far ahead, man. You cannot survive through that combo.
Yeah.
So really well done by Ake, especially his positioning in order to find that team fight coming in from behind like that was really well done.
The weave's just gone out.
I think they still got it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's just going to be really difficult if you see initiation come in from VP. There goes Roshan. They got to back up quickly. That rocket when you got -7 armor.
Oh, God. They had theirs smoked up. Maybe they can find Loda. Oh, Loda's actually got the Lincolns as well.
Yeah.
So, Lincolns as well as the Aegis.
Oh, no. He's almost dying from rockets. Give this guy a life item, please. He buys a 4-star. I suppose in a way that can help him. But the smoke didn't catch out anybody. S4 is a long way from home, but he'll be okay. And a Yule Scepter now arrives over an Ancient Apparition. Even before he finishes up something like Arcane Boost, he doesn't feel the need for it. And with a Yule Scepter regeneration, I don't blame him. Sometimes you can find yourself with too much mana on a support hero.
I don't think I like this.
What, you don't like the Yules?
I don't like the Yules.
See,
I like the classic. Just go for Aghanim's. It's such a good upgrade.
See, at the same time, I'd agree with you. Unless you're being initiated on with like open wounds, or if there's going to be like a clockwork jumping in. If you can send that clockwork up into the air, you won't have the debacle like we saw last time. You'll be able to get your stuns off. It might even just be the setup timing as well. If you're able to pull out Silencer during the middle of a team fight, so there's no cursor, take Dazzle out, take Beastmaster, any of these heroes, just pull them out of the fight and then give the rest of the Alliance team time to work.
I mean, I can understand it because of the fact we have a Silencer, so he's not guaranteed to get off his ultimate right away in these team fights, so it's much less effective.
Yeah.
I can see that, but that's still 3,000 gold being put into, like, 4,200 is Aghanim's. That is such a big upgrade.
I'm not saying it's the most cost-efficient item ever created by man for what he's really looking to get out of it. But at the same time, man, if it saves his life once long enough that he can get off an Ice Blast, it'll be worth it. Vendetta,
Maybe.
They're going to see him jump in, already the puck, but Admiral Bulldog, that global silence came so quickly from NS, and now S4, phase shift, stranded, RK jumps in, he got a 3-man coil, and then dunks one, moves over to Jotum, he's going to dunk a second one. RK with a double kill. S4 going in on God. The Dream Call, the control. They hold him there. Illidan, he's battling up against RK. Clockwork hook shots in to kill Secure on that one. A little bit of overkill, but maybe he will regret that. Maybe he won't. 3 seconds time, he's got another one. Loda still trying to bail out. He's got to stay inside the cogs. Time lapse is available here for Loda. He's going to have to use it. Use it now. Use it now. He's got Aegis the Immortal. He'll at least have that. But the hookshot coming off cooldown meant they had the follow-up stun. And S4 still here in the middle of the fight.
He's still
blinking
got
himself
another
away
hookshot.
and all the way to safety. Where is this hookshot going to land, though?
Can he get him? I get it.
You can see him, but too late.
So close. So close. And he just throws out a blind one, too, as Loda's going to pick up that haste. God, Smile is just crazy good on this Clockwork, man. Like, I'm not sure about Loda's decision there to try and focus on a Clockwork. Like, he ends up going for the Clockwork because that means you go for a Clockwork like that, you're going to get caught in the cogs. He has a Blade Mail, so he's not afraid to take your damage. So he just turns, pops Battery Assault. During your visible time, he pops Battery Assault, does a good amount of damage with that. And with the Blade Mail as well, did an excellent amount. Because he has Aghanims, he has another lockdown. So when Loda had that opportunity to time-lapse, completely locked out by Hookshot. That was just so well played by Clockwork.
Illidan in middle lane. RK jumps in, he gets the call. They've got to keep him silenced, though, and they get it. Good follow-up control. And then the Dream Call. They found Smile. This is an 11 for 2 Clockwork. They need this kill right now. He's going to be worth so much money, and Axe dunks him. Then again, because he died before, he's not worth as much as I thought he was. Either way, Shallow Grave over on Jonathan. That doesn't save you. There's a stun, and look at the Yule Scepter. Cancel a TP scroll. But RK will get it.
Or RK could have Culling Bladed him, but you know, Yule Scepter. Hashtag worth it, I guess.
Potato.
Deso on Loda means we're going to be able to see a tier 2 and probably a tier 3 going down. I mean, unless we're going to have buybacks coming out from this Lifestealer and Clockwork, that's going to be a tier 3.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
And jumping up to the high ground, Alliance. Can they get a counteraxe right now? With the Desolator, they'll be going to work quick. The Bug's also scouting out a little bit deeper. And VP are really in no position to fight right now. RK is being a little bit over-aggressive. But he doesn't care right now. If they can bring down this tower, Weaver gets the last hit. RK is only 1,000 gold away from having his full Aghanims upgrade. And they're going to get the melee racks. But they should back up right now. 4 staff away, the silences are coming, the TP's towards the front line. There's Illidan, but he's got no jump in. Of course, he does have this fast race car build. But the quickness of Alliance, they are out of here so damn fast. And now full sight device finished over an S4 after that pickup. Life's looking a lot better for Alliance after that last push. They balance up the Rack's positioning. The only thing they're behind of right now is the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane.
I'm interested to see how we're going to make this gold that VirtusPro had to buy back. How are they going to make this gold that they held on to worth it? We almost have an Abyssal up for Lifestealer. Clockwork had a lot of gold as well. Looks like he may be angling for, I would almost say go for an AC here just to be able to help out the physical damage of a Lifestealer. Possibility of Shivas as well, but either one, any sort of armor item is going to really be strong for Clockwork.
Look at Smile. He revealed that the fact they smoked all the way up here. The pings are coming out from Alliance saying, can you push the bottom tier 2 tower? In fact, that creep wave, it's a fake axe down here, but even a fake axe, if he can get a couple of fun spins off, this tier 2 tower could even die on the bottom lane just as the creep wave. They don't need a real hero down here to trade. They'll have to TP someone down here straight away if they want to hold it.
They're not going to.
What are they going to do then? Push in through the top? I don't think they can do that right now.
No, they can't. They need to finish up. I mean, if you're not going to buy back and fight and defend your racks, then you need to actually finish your items. Because otherwise, you just completely, I mean, you just gave away your racks for nothing then.
Yeah.
So you have to wait for those items before you fight. That's the whole entire idea of holding on to your buyback.
But they wanted to find that. Like, the Smoke movement was looking for a stray pick-off into a tier 2 tower. They were looking for still the injection of money. Remember, Camp, we're dealing with Russians here.
Well, yeah. Go for a pickoff. But as in like a 5-man team fight, you got to wait for your items. You can't go uphill until you've actually got some sort of additional bit of damage that you gave away a Rax for. Like, it just defeats the purpose of not buying back if you try and fight without that next item up. So Illidan's going to have that soon in just another 120 gold. We almost have a mech as well up for Dazzle. Not the most effective thing in the world up against the Ice Blast, but still is going to be a good pickup for them. And Clockwork, he's a little too far away. If he goes for Scotty, it's going to be up another 1,000 gold, but still maybe a little bit too far away. Mainly, I think it's going to be that Abyssal, that lockdown up against a Weaver.
I've just got notice as well from Dailymotion. They were unable to resolve the server issues, the intake servers, or whatever was happening. I don't even know what's really going wrong with their servers during the game with the live stream up. They were hoping they could just do some little click, 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 and everything would work again for everybody. But we will actually have to refresh the live stream. We'll have to drop the live stream and then bring it back up again, and we'll be going to a new system. And hopefully that will solve all of the encoding problems as well as the distribution problems, which I believe some people have been experiencing. So that'll be happening. Remember to F5 your game. Oh, VirtusPro, good initiation. But they're split. The Yulescepter sent Ancient Apparition up in the end. They waste a little bit more time with him. And EGM, he's backing up. They lose the puck. The gem! Illidan came in. Sticky fingers. Okay, we'll get the double call. The Hex over at Illidan. The wonderful Clockwork hook shot in, though. There'll be the follow-up. 3-man stun. And then the dunk coming in from RK. He wants another one. Smile. All he needs to do is reach him. Blink. 2, 1. Where is he? There he is. He can't reach the damn sucker. There's a hook shot away to safety. Down the lane. It's 2 for the price of 2 right now. S4 is wanting to go balls deep. The orb's coming in. And our start, he's in the corner. He's trying to TP, but the rift is there. He cannot escape from the puck.
Get up if you can.
So 3 euros for the price of 2 ends up being the way. But that did cost him a buyback. Puck brought back to being part of that fight. That's why if that kill didn't happen, that maybe really not have been worth it at all.
Now Alliance going to have their opportunity once again to try and take control of the map. We do not have buybacks for the Lifestealer at least, and because of that, you're probably not going to see the buyback coming out from the Clockwork either. They can try and maybe take a range Rags. I don't think they can take anything too big here, just map control.
You know what RK wants to do, man?
He wants to dunk on fools.
Yeah.
Roshan, that's right. Roshan's up. I was like, what are they going to gain out of that buyback? Well, okay, no, they're going middle.
Yeah, they want to pick off, man. They want to finish up the range rank so they get there.
It's a little too late, though. Clockworks is going to be up in 15 seconds. They should have Roshan. This is already too late. Yep. They hesitated.
Agreed. They got to back up. They got to back up right now. They know Roshan's up, though. That's the question. I don't know if he's been up for the full 3 minutes time, and now the Hawk is scouting him out. If they go for Roshan now, it may just really be too late, because then VP can initiate in on them. They get rid of the Hawks, at least one upside, but that creep wave from the bottom is going to cause a lot of issues. And I know RK will be like, let me farm it.
And they had a Deso, too. They could have done it really quickly. They're still going to try and pop it, but instantly Rocket sees them.
And the smoke movement's already coming. There's a Lifestealer infested inside the Beastmaster and a 4-man smoke movement.
They can't do this. It's a Clockwork. He has such good long-range initiation.
Not in time. Roshan's at 1/3 of his life points, and the weave is already happening. They got to back up.
God.
They got to back up. There's a blink away already. Axe is getting out. Loader, global silence. They're holding him there. And Roshan's bashing Loader. He doesn't get the time lapse. The infest burst damage. They only lose Loader, but they lose the gem inside the pit. And the Yulescepter. Wrong timing. It sends Sergey up in towards the air. RK so low in life. The AOD is able to connect. And the stun from Admiral Bulldog. Blade Mail not really working in their favor. Smile. Hook shots in deeper. He's trying to battle EGM. Cogs will at least hold these two out of the fight for now. Double buyback. Beastmaster around the Clockwork. The gem's on the deck. Loader runs up, pick up the gem while you're in the neighborhood. There he goes, grabs it. Illidan gets the bash right on top of EGM. The Abyssal Blade still on cooldown for now. They want to come back in. RK, he's waiting for the jump time. He's going to get a call quickly. Needs more spins. He only gets one. He can think about the turn dunk, but Nyx Assassin with the Mana Burn's able to pick up the kill. And now Beastmaster axes up. Admiral Bulldog blinks away. RK's in trouble. He's got a call to get the armor. It's the only way possible he could survive that, but with the spins, no massive damage being dealt out. 3 euros on the sidelines for Alliance. Roshan is still alive, but licking his wounds. But VirtusPro, they're about to open up a tear in Alliance's bottom lane. It's going to start with this tier 3 tower.
Yeah, this might actually be the game because they don't have the buyback for Axe. They don't have the buyback for Puck. This means that they have to fight with just the Weaver, something to keep them from taking all 3 Rexes, because with this amount of damage, they
Clock.
can easily do it.
Good jump. Hit
Oh,
loader.
beautiful.
Time lapse. He needs more time. Admiral Bulldog may have just bought it for him. He needs that stuns to stop. That's why Mana Style into time lapse. They see him with a gem. And loader, there is nothing to protect him now. Down
it.
for the count. And I think this may be GG. Admiral Bulldog's trying to hold him off for now with the bottom rest going down. They can rotate top, pick up the mega creeps. They've got an opening of 90 seconds on the board without Loader, without the big DPSer.
Has fallen.
They want to go back in again and try and fight this.
It's still, though, the axe combo with the puck. But
Hey,
the Axe
hey,
Blast-
jump
Oh!
in! 3 on the impale! They may just all shatter right now. There's enough damage. S4 Stream Cold's holding him there.
all shatter.
Admiral Bulldog's got him. Illidan will go down too. What an initiation from Alliance. I almost called it on bottom lane, but even without Loader, their combo was sickly sweet. So sickly sweet.
Oh, that S4 initiation, man. His silence and a coil into that Ice Blast. I was saying, man, they have the opportunity to defend because even without your big damage dealer, Ice Blast is still going to wreck you. That was beautiful, though, from S4. Set that up entirely, and now maybe they have a chance because it's not 2 racks down.
Oh, they might
it's
find another one.
rack.
They might find another one. And S, he's hexed up right now. S4 though, the silence was still able to hit, but he gets a rift follow up. But there's no extra. There's no hold. I want to also point out though, Weaver's coming up 20 seconds.
And Roshan.
Yeah.
Yep,
that's
Roshan,
what I'm looking
exactly.
at. He's already on low life. It wouldn't take him much, but Axe has got to jump himself inside this pit right now. Admiral Bulldogs, he's trying to farm up his own scythe device in the middle lane. This guy is literally the 3 who thought he was a 1.
He is doing so well this game. Absolutely so well. S4, look at him. He's already trying to make Roshan as low as humanly possible. So that way they can, when Loda is up and inside the pit, they can take it down as fast as humanly possible. This is smart. They're going to take Roshan and now have the Aegis to be able to offset what is a big advantage for VirtusPro right now, which is the Lifestealer has a buyback. So it's basically 2 lives on each carry right now. And they're only 1 racks down, right? It's not 2 racks down, it's just 1 because they took the melee racks in middle. That is enough to be able to kind of offset the advantage that VirtusPro took in that middle lane. So Alliance are definitely not out of this. I mean, I thought once they killed Loda and he was down for so long, I thought it was going to be the game. That combo, man. That combo too dangerous, and look at them. They're already setting up to even up the racks.
Oh, yeah, you know you want to do it, man. And they've got to. They've really got to at this point. Because if they just end up in a stalemate, the initiation from VP is still a lot stronger than what Alliance is capable of producing. And Loda, he's really considering going high ground. He really wants to as well, but they still need a good initiation. They can get held out. There's 1 clockwork hook shot in to a good cogs. And life will be hard, but the jump out, it goes on Loda. Global Stance, there's hook shot out, but Loda, Mana Style, he's able to get himself away to safety. And the Blade Mail is down too. They're going to try and fight this one. The Dream Call still available. Admiral Bulldog, he got this on a start, the 3-man Dream Call. And in comes Arcade. He's looking for the dunk, and boom! Right through the clockwork already on the sidelines for 74 seconds. Time left by Loda keeps him in this fight. Admiral Bulldog taking him for the team, but now Arcade, 3-man on the coil. Illidan, next one up. Dunk on 2. Moving over towards John on the cold feet. Remember, Shallow Grave won't save you from this. He's trying to do it so early just to intimidate them.
Look at Alliance, though. The buyback comes out from the Lifestealer. They force that away.
What are you doing? Are they wanting to jump in again?
Yeah, they have to make this buyback worth it, but Alliance have already moved back. Very, very smart. The buyback came out from the Lifestealer. They finished what they were doing, and they got the hell out of there because they know they just forced a buyback without losing that Aegis up on Weaver, and that means they now have that 2 lives on the carry as opposed to VirtusPro with only the 1. In fact, it's going to be 3 now. They've waited out enough time. Loda has his buyback, so he can buy back and time-lapse in.
Not fully yet, though. He needs 10 more seconds, but then he's good to go. I'm keeping that buyback sorted by team over on my side right now. And then we get a DC out. No! No!
Not again. This is too epic of in a game. Like last game, it was fun. It was because it was like, all right, this is already over. But this game, so close. We cannot afford to have another 10-minute pause like this, Valve.
This is anybody's game right now. Absolutely anybody's game. And everyone's going to be watching this one, man. Because, like, I want to point out right now, like, I know our guys over on Join Dota are already talking about it, the road to TI4. There's a big article over on JD right now about who is going to go from the West. And VP, a lot of people were saying, I wonder if these guys even deserve an invite to the qualifier, let alone to the main event. But if you can knock Alliance out and prove here in the D2CL, their next opponent is Na'Vi, they may just prove that they definitely deserve the invite to the qualifier and maybe even a contesting for a direct invite to the main event. I don't know how many invites are coming to the West, but
yeah, I mean,
they're playing well.
You're getting to that point in time where this is pretty much your last chance to be able to show Valve, hey, we are a team. We're looking much better than we did when we started. It was a rough start, sure, but hey, we're kicking ass now, and we definitely deserve to be at the International. So they could take Alliance, they could take Na'Vi, that'll be huge, but it's all going to come down, really. This game, yeah, of course, EGM asking whether it's going to be a Volvo thing, but looks like he's going to be back fairly soon here. But I was going back to this, right? Loda, he has 3 lives. Alliance, they backed up, basically made the buyback worth nothing for VirtusPro, and I think they're going to reinsert. Maybe Puck, wait for the Puck coming back. He can grab Boots of Travel if he wants, and he could be there instantly. But I think ultimately what it comes down to is they're going to use that 3 life advantage that right now to take an extra set of racks and probably end the game. This is such a big advantage coming out from a Weaver like this, that you can do that sort of thing.
Problem is, though, if like 1 ranks won't be enough to win this game. One
it has to be
1 ranks only balances this, but they can't go straight in for the tier 3 tower, the top ranks, because the tier 2 tower is still up and running. Like, they got to go straight for the GG is the only other way to do it, but that's so risky to do.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because they're fighting right now on VirtusPro's side. If they kill the Lifestealer, he's out. He's out for 2 minutes. Like, he bought back. That is a really long death timer. 2 minutes time easily, right? What other buybacks do you really have on the VirtusPro side? A Dazzle? That's not going to be enough.
Dazzle's been completely ineffective. He's being nulled out by Axe.
If you win this team fight, you've won the game. It was what it comes down to. If Alliance lose this team fight, they have room to recover. Even though it's 2 ranks down right now, you look at the map, you say, oh, VirtusPro is winning. That's not the case. Alliance are actually right now in the driver's seat of this game. They have 1 team fight to be able to end this.
You know, guys, while we have ourselves a break, I'm going to quickly switch the live stream over. If you can watch this right now and you have friends that are watching this right now and having trouble with lag, tell them restart the live stream in just a couple of moments' time. I'm going to switch ourselves over to our new system while we have ourselves a quick pause here. So we're going to make the most out of this pause. People in Dota TV, nothing will change for you. Cap will talk about something amazing while I change it over. And the VOD will also continue with no break as well. So don't worry about
amazing.
That.
Okay, we'll talk about something that we never really mentioned. It's because I'm not really a big fan of this, but the Yule Scepter up on Ancient Apparition, another benefit of the Ancient Apparition Yule Scepter is because it's a combo within himself, because you actually are able to use Cold Feet. Should I tell him to hold up?
Just for a moment. Just for a moment. Yeah, S4's in the toilet! Thank you for the people with insanely weak bladders.
All right. Anyway, going back to this, it's a combo within itself. So you can Cold Feet somebody, Yule Scepter them, and then when they come back down, unless they have a 4-staff, unless they are able to blink right away or something like that, they're going to be held up by that Cold Feet, and it's a really, really long stun. It's 3.5 seconds. So that is another reason why you could see Yule Scepter. Now, we don't normally see it because it means that you're using Cold Feet for 3.5 second stun. You're not actually getting any damage from that Cold Feet during that time. It's a it's 3,000 gold pretty much for a 3.5 second stun is what you're doing. And basically no damage off of it, because Cold Feet, it gets like 1 tick during that time, and that's it. Now, it's still really, really good, and it's also good for the defensive things. We've seen this sort of thing when Ancient Apparition gets gone on by the clock where he's able to defend himself, but that it was one aspect of the Yule Scepter which we never did bring up, which I wanted to. It's just, it's not really a big, oh my god, Bulldog, please. It's just one aspect of the Yule Scepter that I did not mention because I did not feel it was that big of a deal and we had so many other things going on. But we are seeing it sometimes being used right now when Alliance are controlling the pattern of this fight. We have VirtusPro right now. Sorry, I'm distracted by whatever Toby's got going on. Right now, when Alliance are in control of this fight, and they're the ones initiating in, it means we have Ancient Apparition being able to use this Yule Scepter offensively. He throws down the Cold Feet. He Yule Scepters them. They come back down. They're frozen for 3.5 seconds. That's like 6 seconds of being out of the team fight. If you choose that on a hero that is, you know, one of those side heroes, one of those heroes that's not being focused right now by Alliance, that's not being targeted by the Weaver, just kick the Beastmaster out or kick the Dazzle out, something like that, they're gone for 6 seconds. So now that we're getting offensive, now that Alliance are in control of this game, we're beginning to see the power of that Yule Scepter. I personally would still favor the Aghanims right now. I mean, it's so effective right now, especially up against heroes like Lifestealer and Beastmaster, who are good, tanky strength heroes, where that percentage really comes into play. That 12% from the Ice Blast is doing so much work right now. If you can make that last throughout the whole entire team fight, I would much personally prefer that. However, we have seen the power of it, and still a useful item. Toby, right now, he's still trying to fix up this.
Working hard.
He's a working man. He's a working man right now.
Yes, go.
All right.
Go. All right, so our live stream's back up again. We had to switch back to the old one. The new settings which we tried to use seem to fail in some way, shape, or form. Sorry, I'm trying to get this stream back up and 100% smooth because I don't want you guys to miss the end of this game either. But luckily, if you are going to miss the things and if you are going to miss the frames and all that kind of jazz, we'll upload the VODs directly after the end of this game, so you can check it out right here on the Dailymotion channel. And in 2 days' time, we're going to take a couple of the highlights as well and put them over on our YouTube channel. And then the main events for the whole game will appear in 2 days' time over on YouTube.
What did I say? S4 buys a Boots of Travel, pushes out middle just a little bit, but is automatically here for the team fight for Alliance to finish this game right here, right now. They've got 3 minutes on the Aegis. They've got multiple lives up on their carry. They can even potentially have a buyback up for S4. If he gets a couple of kills before he goes down, he could buy back Boots of Travels in. Mainly, he's missing out on gold. That's the only thing stopping him right now.
And
early weave. Early weave being used by that Dazzle right now.
This could be really problematic for them. They've just lost a big advantage in the fight. They're going to require an Alliance. They're ready to go back in again.
I don't know about Alliance going in. His weave is really high.
Jump in. Clockwork hooks out. It's over an EGM. They've got the kill already. The global silence making it very difficult to try and control them, especially when the Abyssal Blade's using S4. Mana burn. They get the Hex off on Illidan. Illidan, Shallow Grave protects him. Arcade's going to dunk him. He dunks him. 101 seconds on the sidelines, and Loader got the time lapse off. He'll survive. Clockwork hooks through Loader on the Axis. He'll trigger off, but only the Aegis Immortal. And Arsar is prepping for another fight. The weave will go, but it was too early. No effect on Loader, but Loader, Lincoln Sphere triggers. He's trying to get out, but Arsar, he reins him in, but Arcade, he's in the middle of the fight. He needs mana. He's body blocking up Jonim, hoping for spins. Doesn't get Jack. And now maybe he's Silencer it next. Trading it up. S4's running out of this bottom lane. He's in a lot of trouble. He's got a BT home. He's got a BT home right now. And there's the hook shot. That's the reason why. If that was angled a little bit further down, it would be a different story. But S4's got to keep this middle lane pushed out. He's got to stall this up for a minute.
You could see the power of a support silencer, though, going into the late game. He is hitting for almost 200 damage a hit when he throws down that Glaze of Wisdom. It is, in fact, I think he's hitting more than much more. He's hitting actually more like 250 damage a hit right now. You cannot leave him alone on the sidelines just to be able to throw down. That could be your target for Ancient Apparition, man, because that guy is hitting like a truck. He's becoming the semi-carry to be able to help out this Lifestealer, because Lifestealer went down really early in that team fight, and I said he was out. If he was dead, he's not coming back anytime soon, and yet they were still VirtusPro, thanks to really good play from Smile, especially that cog setup on the Aegis was a really, really smart play there from Smile, was perfect for them to be able to kill Loda, and because he didn't actually have time
S4,
lapse.
the Observer Ward spotted him out. Smile,
No.
he might just have to blind hook this or else they won't get the hit. That's why they're putting the Observer Ward up. They see him. It's such a long-range hook, though, and now this is the range of it. It's in
he's in
range.
range.
He tags S4. Hook shot off. It's off angle. They've wasted so much time chasing down S4. The orb actually goes the other way so then he can blink into the tree lines and TP back out to safety. S4 may have just wasted enough time of VirtusPro. The Alliance are back in this game.
I think they had to wait for the Lifestealer anyway. Lifestealer was just coming up about 30 seconds ago. He was pushing out the lanes. He may have wasted about 10 seconds of their time in total because Illidan was still needed to get with the rest of his team. In fact, he wants to be able to finish off his AC. He wants to be able to grab that. Look at him. He's got 3,500 gold right now plus the plate mail. Meaning that, by the way, we're not actually going to be seeing a Shivas or an AC coming out from Arzard. Obviously not the AC. Looks like he's going to be going for a Halberd, which I think is a much more effective item. Being able to balls up that Lincoln's on Weaver, being able to stop him from being able to attack, especially, would be a huge play for him. This would be perfect. But can he finish him off? He has buyback right now, so he has to pick up a whole lot of gold, but for him to have Halberd and buyback, the same is not to be said for this Lifestealer. He still needs another 30 seconds for his buyback, so he fully commits to this Assault Cuirass.
See, I'm wondering if it is that or not. I suppose, yeah, BKB won't protect him. Yeah, you're right. It's got to be a Halberd, doesn't it? All logic dictates it should be.
I mean, BKB is the only other option there, why you would pick up an Overclub and not finish off what you're going into with your plate mail, which would be Shivas at this point in time. So I think he just really wanted the armor, knowing that there's a lot of minus armor coming in. Probably thought about going for a Shivas, but then decided better to go for the Halberd at this point in time.
Roshan has a potential spawn time in a moment. He's already looking at just under a minute before the potential time to come back up again. In fact, under 30 seconds before that potential time. And then you're going to see these teams really and there's going to be mass warding around here. In fact, at this point, there's only 2 wards. In fact, on the entire 3 wards. I count 3 wards. 1 up the middle lane, 4 wards. I see 4 wards.
One.
They're in really random positions. So we've got this dire observer ward in a defensive position in the bottom Radiant jungle. And then we've got a Radiant ward, which is also in a defensive position. And then we get these new wards which come up from the Radiant side and the Dire side. So one observer ward's watching the middle lane. One's aggressive. These 2 are actually aggressive up on the top lane. But they were originally planted down to look for S4. It was out of position at the time.
And look at Ake. He's really trying to push. Him and Load are pushing in this bottom lane, trying to keep up the pressure, not letting, because so much of the late game is determined by where you choose your team fights. If you fight on the enemy side of the map, you win that team fight, you win the game. If you lose it, you have a chance for recovery. However, the harder part is if you're taking the fight on the enemy side of the map, it's a harder fight to take. It's a harder fight to win because you have the potential not only just for towers, tier 3 towers providing extra damage and all that sort of silly nonsense, but also buybacks coming into play. Those buybacks are pretty much immediately effective because those heroes are in close proximity to their fountains, so they just take a short 5-second walk and they're already there for the team fight once again. So much of this is going to depend on where these teams take their team fights right now. And the time that's playing out right now is actually to an advantage of VirtusPro. I really feel that the way this game is drawing out, it's an advantage to the VP right now because they had so many buybacks down. I mean, you look at Alliance, almost everybody has a buyback for them. On the other side, though, Lifestealer still had to farm up his. We have both the Dazzle and the Beastmaster need time for their buybacks to come in. Once those are fully up, VirtusPro, I think, are going to be the ones looking for that 5-man team fight into the enemy base. Either team that takes it, though, is going to be really, really tough, because we have so many buybacks available.
Yeah. I'm actually wondering, too, if Loader actually waits for his buyback. He's sitting on the cusp of a full heart right now.
It's one of those really tough calls.
Yeah.
But I think buyback on Weaver is worth every bit of money.
Yeah, because you get the buyback into time lapse.
Right.
It's especially if you get like an Aegis Immortal 2, then it's 3 Weavers you're dealing with. But when God comes in, the Hawks are already scouting out Roshan and Loda. The bugs come up. The jump in, but RK, he couldn't get the call off. Already they popped the Ancient Apparition. Gem can be on the deck. Loda able to get the time lapse off. It's S4 who's now going to get himself bashed up with the Abyssal Blade. And then a bash over to RK. This could be it for Alliance right now. They've already used the buyback on Puck. They'll have to use it over an RK as well, or else they'll lose Roshan with this fight. And they're coming back in for another go.
Tower is under attack.
Jot him, jump in. They need the stun from Admiral Bulldog. He's TPing out. The stun will hold him there just long enough. Loda, he's going in deeper. He wants more kills right now. Dazzle will die in the back end of play, but he's not the important one. We've got to watch Smile. Loda is trying to bring down this 2.7k life point clockwork. This is not an easy task, but when RK gets in like this and the follow-up stun, he's almost in dunk range. They've just picked up the Life Stealer. He'll buy back. There's nowhere to go. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place in a bush. 46 to 48, the buyback from Glock, the buyback from Life Stealer. 4 of them in total from VirtusPro, 3 of them in total from Alliance, and Alliance are hightailing it back. They want full life, they want full mana when they fight this up next time.
God, that was such a smart idea from VirtusPro. They forced so many buybacks and they thought they could escape. Dazzle was the first to get caught, and then with, wow, that was so unfortunate. Arsart, he thought he had to juke into the jungle, but he really didn't. He just had to walk straight back. Alliance were not going to continue and pursue, but then he made that juke. The bugs could still see him, and Ake finally was able to get close enough for his blink and taunt, and that meant Illidan tries to turn. Another buyback goes down. If they had just been able to escape with only the Dazzle going down, that would have been a huge team fight for VirtusPro. Get back,
Bulldog.
reset, and then have buyback advantage over Alliance. But now it's completely even.
Look at this indecision of Bulldog. He's waiting for a go from his team. We get Scythe of Vice over on him, but a full refresher orb over on Beastmonster. We have ourselves a double roar available. Smile, he just managed to grab the gem as well. Now both of them are in the hands of the Radiant side. 46 to 48. There's nowhere to hide for Loda when these engagements begin, but a 5-man smoke now coming off from Alliance, but they're in range.
He's picking up the heart, though.
Oh,
I don't know.
They're in range of the Hawk and Observer Ward. They can see them moving around right now. Loda hasn't purchased it yet, man.
He has the recipe on the courier right now.
He still hasn't purchased it off. The smoke's going to be revealed. And now, yeah, I think Alliance realized the fact they got spotted out with what they did. They had to realize there's a ward to jump in. First roar, clockwork, hook shots in, refresher goes again. Second roar, now over towards the axe. The global silence will now finally end. Nyx Assassin with the stun keeps Sergey away just a little bit longer, but they've already lost their 2 cores. I say 2 cores. Axe at this point basically is 1. NS, Shallow Grave, making sure he's stable. Admiral Bulldog, the hook shot down to him. They're trying to control him. Turns for a stun. 2 men on it. The cogs will push him back. He'll go down. Loda is no other option but to try and push out this mid lane. But they'll lose Roshan because of all of this. There's only a buyback on the Weaver. There is nothing else left.
God, that was so good because VirtusPro, they ignored Loda. They ignored Loda the whole entire time, knowing he still had a buyback. It would be futile to try and focus on him, so instead what they do, clean up everybody else, even targeting the axe before focusing on the Weaver. That big tanky guy who really doesn't output a whole lot of physical damage. They kill him rather than go for Loda because they know the buyback's online.
They're coming up.
Now they've killed everyone else. There's nobody else to support
There's the hook
Loda.
shot. They're right on top of Loda. Loda, time lapses out. The roar, it's available. He's just not in range. Loda's trying to bring down Johnham. There goes your roar. Loda, they call it GG. The second that roar connected, you knew there was no other chance here for Alliance to try and save their skins. This game is over. But VP, a well-deserved victory. They are going to now force this to at least 4 games as they level up the best of 5 series. In a 1-1 lockup, Alliance and VP. If they lose this series, they're out of D2CL.
Honestly, I see VirtusPro with the way they played in this second game. They can absolutely take down the juggernauts of Alliance. This is so much fun to watch, to see them play like this. There were so many good team fight decisions. Them as a whole, as a 5-man crew, made so many good decisions in these team fights that I gotta say, they're looking fantastic. This is not the VirtusPro I was casting yesterday. So shout out to them. If they can continue this, hey, this isn't just can they take a game off of Alliance anymore. This is, can they win this series?
And I don't have an answer to that one. After that game, anything is possible. Stay tuned, people. So we're going to be back here in a couple of moments' time. We're going to attempt to redo the service again. Dailymotion believe they've found it again. So, yeah, we're going to be back here in just a couple of moments' time and refresh your live streams. You will need to do this 15 seconds after the live stream is dropped. We'll see you guys back here in a moment for game number 3, VP versus Alliance.